Hello everyone. Today is our sixth episode of Coffee with Dr. Charul podcast show. I am your host Dr. Charul, obstetrician and gynecologist. Today, theme of our program is innovating for sustainable future and addressing role of entrepreneurs for betterment of society. And we have with us Anirudh Mittal, IITian, young entrepreneur, founder at Faff, startup Bangalore. Welcome to our show, Anirudh. Please tell us about yourself.
Hi, my name is Anirudh. I am from Jaipur. I studied at IIT Bombay. I did chemical engineering and artificial intelligence. After graduation, I worked for a year at Facebook. I was doing artificial intelligence research. My research has largely been in trying to make AI funny, trying to use humor to make AI funny. And then at Facebook, my research was trying to reduce hallucinations by large language models. What that means is whenever you use ChatGPT or any similar tool, they have this habit of making things up, which is hallucinations. They hallucinate a lot. So what we were working on is trying to reduce that, trying to make sure they don't hallucinate that much. Um, After while I was doing that, I decided to move back to India and work on my own ideas, trying to start up, which is what I've been up to for the last 12 months now. For the last 4 months or so, I've been working on this concept called Faff. It's a digital personal concierge company.
So, Anirudh, after completing IIT Bombay, you got selected for job at the Facebook London. How was your working experience there?
It was a great experience. I was part of this thing called Meta AI Residency, which is for like young researchers before they have done their PhDs to work with like the actual research org at Facebook. So we got to work with a lot of people who had great experience in that field. They had published really impactful papers. So just that part in itself is a great learning experience, just in terms of technical terms, working with like people who were like exceptional at what they did. Um, Even otherwise, working at a company like Meta, which I think is like doing great in like so many things, and living in a city like London, that individually these things were like great, and yeah, overall like 10 on 10 experience.
So, on Twitter, I heard some incidents happened with you. Can
Yeah.
you share that story with us?
Yeah, so I think what happened is while I was coming back from London to Jaipur for the first time, I got a middle seat in the flight, and that was a bad experience for me because the two passengers on my side weren't the most pleasant people to sit with. Um, so I decided that when I go back to London from Jaipur, I will book like a window seat for this time. So I actually paid money. I paid like $5,000 to like to get like a window seat, and I was looking forward to get that window seat. But once I reached the flight, I realized that there was no window seat just for me. Like every other window seat had a window. My window seat did not have a window, which was very surprising. I called the air hostess. I asked her where my window is, which she also thought that was funny, and she started laughing. Um, but yeah, I sat next to like a wall for the next 10 hours, which was also like a bad experience. So when I landed, I just took a picture of the whole thing and I tweeted that hey British Airways, where is my window? Um, and that tweet surprisingly got a lot of traction. A lot of people started to like it. People started to make memes on it. They started to edit the image, like artificially insert windows to that. They made jokes like, "Hey, am I like a Mac user, which is why I don't have Windows?" Yeah, overall the entire thread is very funny. But what happened is NDTV, which is like a Indian news channel, they wrote like an article about it. They didn't talk to me; they just like saw the tweet and wrote an article. And in the next day, I think next 2 3 days, like 20 other Indian news channels and media outlets, they also made like wrote articles about it. I saw people like making Instagram reels and like covering the whole thing, like 10 minutes YouTube videos about it. A radio jockey, in fact, invited me to talk to them about this particular incident on their channel as well. So very interesting week. I think every day of the week something interesting was happening. So very fun experience, I would say. British Airways like never did anything. They gave me like a free like some small voucher which expired I think this year, and they told me that they made the change on the website so that it does not happen with anyone else. But I haven't checked. I would go back and check.
Okay. So, in spite of having a good job at Facebook, what made you decide to start your own business? startup?
Yeah, I think this was probably like a decision years in the making, in the sense that even when I was in college, I wanted to start up. I had a few ideas, few projects that I was working on whenever I got the chance, but somehow I did not have the clarity and confidence to just like work on my own things. Um, but when I moved to London, when I started working in the first after the first few months, I finally started to feel like I did want to work on something of my own, and finally felt that I have the confidence to actually work on it. I started working on a project then. We were trying to build like an AI stylist, something that can tell you what to wear, what to buy, what clothes to buy. And that particular project, I thought is going to like work, which is why I decided that okay, I'm going to actually work on my own ideas. It became very clear in the 2 months that it's not going to work, but still I kind of had made the decision. I did want to work on some other ideas I had. And it was kind of like an irreversible decision, which is good because in the next few months I had a lot of back and forth. I was thinking, why am I doing this? I really like my life here in London. Why should I like take such a big leap of faith? And maybe I should wait for like a year. But luckily I did it. I'm very happy that I finally decided to come back, work on my own ideas. Um, yeah, and I think I tried a couple of ideas ever since I'm back.
So God has blessed everyone with talent. We need to have recognized it and put our 100% efforts to achieve our goal. So Anirudh, what is the name of your company and what are aim and objectives and how will it be useful for everyone?
Yeah, so the name of the company is called Faff, Faff. It's an English word which means boring, ineffective, ineffective work that does not add value. And what we figured is a lot of well paid working professionals have to faff every week. So basically, every week they have to spend time doing chores and errands which don't really add value to them. It does not really require them to do it. They can actually pay someone else to do it. And we are building that service where you can pay us, you can hire us for 2,000 rupees a month, and we help you get a lot of your personal work and chores done.
Those work easier to do, right?
Correct. So you can basically want you to save a lot of time and bandwidth. If you are a busy person who gets barely any time on the weekdays, on the weekends also you would prefer spending time with your friends and family. We can take away a lot of your personal tasks for you and just like save you a lot of time. So this is the concept we are working on. We feel like with technology a personal assistant would not cost 1 lakh rupees a month. One personal assistant can probably handle 100 people at a time. And what that means is the cost of a personal assistant would be like 2,000 or 5,000 rupees a month, and 100 times more people can afford it. It will not be restricted to like celebrities or executives or founders. So that is what we have been up to for the last few months. We have a few users now. We are live in Bangalore area, and we are like still young. We are still trying to test and figure out if this like idea makes sense or not. um yeah.
Uh, so, any take home message you want to give to all young ones who want to start their own business and companies?
Yeah, I think one thing that I would probably do differently is at least when I think of entrepreneurship, and I feel like a lot of people think of entrepreneurship, though they think of only one binary step, which is starting like a big venture scale company which can grow very quickly in very small amount of time. They want to build the next Facebook, next Google. But what they realize is this also sort of limits what you can do. This like becomes like a big step before you can make the first step. I think it's really important to make the first step, and the first step does not have to be like a big company. It can be like a fun side project also. So I would encourage people that if you're not like if you feel like the first step is to just like start a company, that is not it. You can start by building something for yourself. For example, building something for yourself is a great way to start because you will have one user for sure. And I know people who have built products with like zero number of users, so having something with one user is also good. Once you do that, you can build something for your friends and family, because then you would have like 20 users, which is also fairly impressive. Then you can do something for your college, your society, your university, and then you will have like thousands of users. So I think taking these small steps before you start building something for like millions of users is a pretty good way to get just started with the whole thing. If you are in a job and if you're complaining that hey, I don't know, like I don't want to leave my job and start a company, you don't have to leave your job. You can like work on side projects whenever you get time, and build something just out of interest of building it. that will give you a lot of self confidence. That will give you a lot of experience to like, which will help you later a lot. So yeah, I think people should like think of starting entrepreneurship as like very small steps instead of one huge step.
So here we come to end of our show. Thank you, Anirudh, for coming on our show and make a wonderful contribution towards society. So these services will be useful for everyone in our society, and it's amazing that you are one call away. For more queries or for services, how can people reach to you? Please tell me.
So they can, to use Faff, they can go to the website tryfaff.com, and they'll see the right way to reach out to us. If someone wants to reach out to me, they can reach out on Twitter. So Anirudh Mittal Twitter, if you search at the rate Dhumchik Dish, you will get my Twitter, and then you can reach out there.
You can also contact Anirudh Mittal. We can provide contact number in our comment section. Thank you. Stay tuned to our channel, Coffee with Dr. Charul podcast show. Stay informed, stay healthy, faith can move mountains. Thank you.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.